Going the distance with local sports. Covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome everybody here to Summertown High School for tonight's in-county rivalry showdown as the visiting Lady Cats of Lawrence County take on the Lady Eagles of Summertown. This is AJ Good, joined alongside by Adam Lindsay for tonight's doubleheader. The boys will be 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game, but first off, we start off with the girls. Taking a look at both sides, Lawrence County coming in at 12-3 overall. Their head coach is Wendy Scott. On the other side for Summertown, 12-4 overall. Their head coach is Jeremy Jean. These two met up just a few weeks ago back over at the Ralph in Lawrenceburg. A close matchup. Lawrence County coming on strong, especially in the third quarter, winning that game 64-60. And Adam Lindsay, I know we're expecting a lot of the same when these two square off here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, AJ, I'm excited. Both two really talented teams. I think you're going to see, if you enjoy talented kids, fast-paced basketball, with just really excited bunch of group of kids on both sides, I think you're going to see a fun basketball game tonight, one way or another.
Both teams coming in on fire. Lawrence County picking up some big wins over in the state of Alabama. Also playing in a Cleveland tournament where they picked up some wins against some of the better teams in the state of Tennessee. Their biggest one came defeating the Alabama Class 5A champions, team that returned everybody back on that team and controlled that game really from start to finish. Summertown coming off a good tournament win over there at Richland, winning that one, especially the championship game against a good Richland team in more than convincing fashion.
Very much so. And I'm going to tell you, AJ, in that game, and I think it's going to be important tonight, the bench of Summertown, how they can be able to come in and help, especially if Summertown gets into foul trouble. And I think Lawrence County did a great job down low against Summertown in that last game. I'm curious to see how Summertown's able to manage against the size of Lawrence County and how physical they are. I think that's going to be important tonight if Summertown's going to have a good chance at winning this thing. So,
well, the nest is packed here, Adam. I don't think you can fit. There's a few open seats, but I don't think you can fit many more people in here. It's been kind of packed really since the JV game at 4:30. Everything that Clint warned you about on X Sports Live, get here at 5 o'clock because you're not going to, A, have a good parking spot, or B, have a place to sit. As Clint, speaking of Clint, he's reading out that standard issue sportsmanship thing from the TSSAA is Lawrence County going to be wearing their purple uniforms, gold numerals outlined in white. You got Summertown in their white uniforms, blue numerals outlined in black. At the end of the read here, we'll have the invocation and the national anthem.
Intimidating or other actions directed at officials, students, athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated. Such actions are grounds for removal from the contest for a number of events for the remainder of the athletic season. Tonight's games are governed by the TSSAA guidelines and rules of sporting events. Parents, please have your children refrain from going outside in the gym lobby and make sure they are accompanied by an adult. We would also like to remind everyone that Summertown High School is a non-smoking campus, so there is also a no re-entry policy. At this time, please rise as we honor America with our national anthem.
And that was the national anthem as we get ready to introduce the starting lineups for both sides for Lawrence County. It's going to be the same starting five that they've had pretty much since Game 3 of the season. You'll have Cammie Pigg, Katie Criswell, Emmy Clark, J.C. Scott, and Sadie Grace Cole. On the other side for Summertown, it will be the same starting five that we have seen here in recent weeks. You'll have Carly Campbell, Emily Brazier, Ainsley Burleson, Mia Dimwitty, and Reese Wilson. That will be our starting five for the Lady Eagles as we get ready to knock out the lights. And my cohort here, Adam Lindsay, working the spotlight, doing it like he's a pro at this. One of the many features. We see it at Loretto as well as turn out the lights and put the spotlight on for the Lady Eagles and the Lady Mustangs when they do it there over at the barn. Pretty special occasion here. Looking forward to a jam-packed, exciting doubleheader here between Lawrence County and Summertown on both the girls and boys side. Again, it was just a 4-point game over at the Ralph just a few weeks ago, about the middle of December. As the starting lineup has been introduced for Summertown. Getting ready to play some exciting high school basketball here on the X Sports Network. Also to note, officiating crew, say we're more excited about this one than we have been over the past few weeks, or really about the crew that we saw when these two hooked up at the Ralph. Captain Attention is not in attendance here tonight. He's somewhere else annoying somebody else, so give this crew hopefully the benefit of the doubt here is getting ready to tip this thing off. And the whistle blows. The starting lineups are ready. And it is time for Lady Wildcat and Lady Eagle basketball here on the X Sports Network. Katie Criswell tips this one over to Cammie Pigg, gets across the timeline, and we are off and running. Man-to-man put on by the Eagles. Emmy Clark with it. Now the Criswell straight away. Criswell facing the man-to-man. And now a dribble back out near the Summertown logo. Take a screen from J.C. Scott, drives into the paint. Now kicks back out to Scott straight away, gets a screen from Criswell. Now hands over to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole dribbles. Back out to Criswell straight away. Now over to Cammie Pigg at the left wing. Pigg drives, spins, kicks out to Cole. Now to J.C. Scott straight away. Skip pass over to Pigg in the corner. Pigg dribbles out to the wing. Inside the Criswell. Jumper. That one's off the back iron. No good. Rebound Carly Campbell coming the other way. Campbell now ahead here to Brazier. Brazier now to Reese Wilson straight away. She'll drive into the paint. Kicks now out to Burleson. She's guarding in the tight man-to-man. Now in the Dimwitty. Dimwitty's got a lane. Shot up, no, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two.
Summertown doing a good job right there, AJ, moving the basketball, being patient, getting to the rim.
Foul going Emmy Clark. Her first foul for either side. 55 seconds into the game. First free throw from Dimwitty on its way. Off the front iron, no good. Packed house here. Student section's alive and well for both sides. Next free throw from Dimwitty. Misses that one as well. Criswell's going to come up with the rebound. And she's going to take it the other way here for the Lady Cats. Across the timeline, guarded by Burleson over to Pigg. Pigg now out to Emmy Clark just beyond the three-point line. Kicks it to Pigg in the corner. Pigg dribbles back out to Clark, now over to Scott. Scott throws it into Criswell in the paint. Criswell goes up, off the glass, can't get it to go, gets her own rebound. Now a fight for the ball, and we're going to get a travel called against Lawrence County. That will go the other way for Summertown.
I think Lawrence County recognized their AJ Ainsley Burleson, perimeter player, guarding the post player down there, and try to take advantage of it.
Oh, quick. Almost a steal there by J.C. Scott. Then she comes up with a block here against Mia Dimwitty. She's going to come the other way with it. Across the timeline, Scott hands back out to Criswell. Criswell gets that one knocked away by Carly Campbell. Campbell, ooh, I don't know if that touched out of bounds, but she might have been out of bounds touching the ball.
I actually think she put her hand down to brace herself, and I don't know if it was, but he was right on top of it. It was pretty close, AJ.
Yeah, she looked like she might have been out of bounds when she touched
close.
the ball. Scott inbounds into Cammie Pigg. Pigg guarded by Burleson. Calls out the play. Dribbles to her right. Now is going to drive. Shot up, no. She's fouled by Burleson, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. First foul against Ainsley. First team foul against Summertown. Now a pair of free throws coming up here for Cammie Pigg. Lawrence County has been very good at the line so far this season. First one up from Pig, off the back iron, no good.
Well, I spent a little bit of the pregame talking about high-powered offenses, AJ, and we're 2 minutes in, and we're still 0-0.
And she misses the back end of that, so each side also 0 of 2 from the line. So 2 minutes in, no score here as Campbell will cross the timeline for the Lady Eagles. Dribbles to her left, hands over to Brazier. Brazier now hands over to Burleson. Burleson now to Campbell near the top of the key. She'll drive into the paint, kicks out to Brazier. Brazier spins in the paint, kicks out to Campbell. Campbell will dribble out, crosses over. Shot up, no good. And the rebound comes into the hands of Sadie Grace Cole. Quickly the other way, it's J.C. Scott. Scott drives, now being double teamed, picks up her dribble. Now to Cole, she'll try a three. Off the back iron, no good. And it's going to go off of J.C. Scott after it hit a pair of Eagles off of Scott's shins and out of bounds, and will go to Summertown.
That was a good shot right there, though, AJ. She had a good look at the rim.
Good looks are going to be hard to come by for either team.
Especially with both teams playing the man-to-man with the pressure they're both using right now.
Reese Wilson straight away now inside the dimwit. Out to Brazier. Brazier drives into the paint. Layup up. No good. J.C. Scott with the rebound. Scott coming the other way. Ahead to Cammie Pig. Pig tries to throw it down low to Amy Clark, and she is fouled from behind by Reese Wilson. That will pick up her first foul, team second. 5:07 left here in the first quarter. No score between the Lady Cats and the Lady Eagles. Scott to take it out to the left of the basket, lobs it into Criswell. Criswell shot no good. And a fight for the rebound, and we now have a jump ball that will go to Summertown. So nothing falling for either side here as we're now 3 minutes into the first, no score. Campbell will walk it across the timeline for Summertown, dribbles to her right. Now brings it to the free throw line, kicks out the Brazier at the wing. Brazier dribbles to the top of the key, now out to Campbell. Campbell spins, guarded by Criswell, picks out her dribble over to Burleson. Burleson will step back, now hands it over to Campbell at the Summertown logo. Campbell now dribbling at the top of the key over to Burleson. Burleson is going to drive the baseline, pulls up, shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound, we got a foul call, and it's going to go on Sadie Grace Cole. It's going to be Cole's first, team second. First offensive rebound for the Lady Eagles in the game is now Olivia Riggs will check in for the Lady Eagles, and checking out will be Mia Dimwitty. For sub for either side. Brazier will take it out to the right of the basket. Into Wilson. Wilson into the paint. Kicks out to Riggs. And then Riggs gets called for the double dribble. That will be the first turnover against the Lady Eagles. And 3.5 minutes in here, Adam, not much to talk about because both defenses have been very good.
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss anything pregame anymore, what I think a game could be ever again. So.
Cammie Pig with it. Now to J.C. Scott, the free throw line. Scott dribbles, throws it down low to Emmy Clark. Clark spins, left-handed layup off the glass, no good. Rebound, gets tipped out of bounds by Wilson and will stay with the Lady Cats. Scott will take it out to the left of the basket. Still man-to-man put on by the Lady Eagles. Lobs it into Criswell as at the top of the key. Criswell now over to Sadie Grace Cole in the corner. Long pass ahead. The Pig almost stolen away. And it's going to get, I don't know. It said it went off of Summertown and will go to Lawrence County.
Yeah, I think he's
okay.
signaling the other way now.
Okay.
I didn't want to dispute, but that was a...
Yeah, confusing call.
Confusing call. Yeah, that's a good term to use.
But they got it right as now Campbell hands it over to Brazier. Brazier drives at the top of the key, now to Campbell at the wing. Campbell now brings it to the top of the key, guarded by Pig. She'll drive, run her up, no good, but she's fouled by Pig, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. Cammie picks up her first, team's third. Now a pair of free throws, and the first chance to get on the board for either side will come up for Carly Campbell.
And, AJ, I know these teams have been scouting each other and been working on each other for probably a few days now. They know each other very well, and they've probably watched enough film to get an idea. But Summertown shot the basketball. Probably one of the best shooting performances they've had all year was the Richland game a few days back. And they're just – Lawrence County's not wanting to give them any looks at all from the three-point line.
Campbell hits one of two. They lead it 1-0. Press put on by the Lady Eagles. Criswell now has it here for the purple and gold. Here comes a double team. Gets it quickly across the timeline. Picks up her dribble. Now to Scott straight away. Scott drives to the free throw line, loses it, but back out to Criswell over to Cami Pig. Pig will drive. Shot up, no good, but we get a charge call against Pig. That will be her second foul, team's fourth. Be the second turnover against the Lady Cats.
Wilson did a great job there of holding her ground. That was a pretty easy call to make. That's a tough play right there for that kid. A great play.
Peyton Morgan will check in as Cami Pig will check out with her 2 fouls and more than likely will sit for the rest of the half. Campbell with it across the timeline for the Lady Eagles over to Burleson. Burleson drives into the paint, left-handed layup. No good. Rebound, Emmy Clark. Clark dribbles. And looking for somebody, and that one's going to be intercepted by Brazier. Brazier stops, will pop up for 3. Nothing but net, and the first shot hit by either side, and now Wendy Scott will call a timeout for Lawrence County. Be a 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
1 year, I'm telling you, she was a beast.
Back here at Summertown, Lawrence County, trailing Summertown 4-0, 5 minutes into the first quarter. Shots have been hard to come by. Emily Brazier just hit the first one for either side. The other one is a Carly Campbell free throw. Katie Criswell with it, dribbles, brings it back out. Throws it down low on the low block to Clark. Clark kicks it out to Criswell. She'll try a 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Reese Wilson. Wilson will now bring it the other way for the Lady Eagles. Gets it across the timeline. Now pulls out to Carly Campbell. Campbell kicks out to Brazier. Brazier now out to Wilson. Wilson will try a 3. Rattles out, no good. And the fight for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by J.C. Scott. Good hustle there by Olivia Riggs to keep the ball with the Lady Eagles. Brazier will take it out to the left of the basket. Brazier looks inside. Her pass is knocked out of bounds by J.C. Scott. Now Brazier will take it out to the right underneath the basket. Harley Johnson now into the game here for Lawrence County. Lob pass into Burleson, now to Riggs. Riggs will try a 3 and knocks that one down.
Scott went for the steal right there, and that's the kid, one of the kids for Summertown, AJ, you cannot leave open.
7-0 is the Lady Eagle lead, and now we're going to have a stoppage of play.
Got me, AJ.
Yeah, that got me too, but I think he might have called an inadvertent whistle there because he said my bad immediately. So, but anyways, it doesn't really hurt either side. Is now Criswell with it. Drives to the low block, pulls up, turnaround jumper. No good. Fight for the rebound, won by Reese Wilson. We're coming the other way. Now ahead to Riggs. Riggs will stop. She'll try another 3. Rattles out, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott now being triple teamed, lobs ahead to Harley Johnson. Johnson, though, will lose this one into the hands of Riggs, a jump ball, and that will stay with Lawrence County.
Well, AJ, I will say one thing. If somebody would have told me that there's a minute 40 left in the first quarter and Lawrence County has yet to score, I would take that bet most of the time.
As J.C. Scott will take it out to the left of the basket, down low to Peyton Morgan. Morgan, turnaround floater, no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. That will go on Wilson, who'll pick up her second, team's third.
Schaefer's going to jump up. Looks like I'm sure she'll be taking Wilson. I believe that's Wilson's second. So,
first shot on the way from Morgan off the corner iron, no good. As Abby Jo Schaefer will come in for Reese Wilson with her 2 fouls. More than likely will sit out for the rest of the half. Morgan misses the first. Here comes the second shot on its way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Carly Campbell. Campbell now racing the other way with it. Had an open Schaefer, missed it. Now out to Burleson. Burleson gets a screen from Campbell, drives. Has it now in the corner. Skip pass ahead to Riggs. Riggs drives into the paint. Her shot is up, no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2. First on J.C. Scott, team's 5th, and now a pair of free throws coming up for Olivia Riggs.
And AJ, too, Summertown's ability to shoot the three-point ball has drawn Lawrence County out, and it's given them opportunities now to get to the basket.
Sophie Cole will now check into the game here for Emmy Clark. First free throw there from Olivia Riggs hit every part of the iron and eventually fell in. Next free throw from Riggs. Nothing but net. She hits them both. She leads all scorers with 5. It's a 9-0 Lady Eagle lead. Cole kicks it out to Katie Criswell, and she'll jog it across the timeline. Here comes the press now from the Lady Eagles. Lob pass into Cole. Cole skip pass over to Johnson. Johnson now to Criswell. She'll drive. Left-handed layup. No good. Rebound Burleson. Burleson now coming the other way as a 3-on-2. Now to Brazier. Brazier steps back in the corner. Throws it down low to Schaefer. Schaefer drives. Right-handed layup. No good, but that one was blocked by Peyton Morgan into the hands of Sophie Cole. Under a minute left here in the quarter. Now coming the other way will be Katie Criswell. Criswell, dangerous pass into Sophie Cole, and she is fouled on the play.
I didn't really see that, AJ, on that one. That was a questionable call. I'm not going to say it wasn't a foul, but wasn't a lot of contact there.
That will go on Brazier. That's her first, team's 4th. Scott with it on the sideline, tries to throw it down low to Criswell, and that one's stolen away. 4th turnover by the Lady Cats. 45 seconds left in the corner. Campbell with it across the timeline. Drives, kicks out to Brazier. Brazier into the paint. Pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott now racing the other way. She gets it across the timeline. 30 seconds left in the quarter. Scott pulls up. Kicks out to Criswell straight away. 25 seconds left. Now dribbles to her right. Throws over to Harley Johnson. Johnson down low to Scott. Scott being triple team. Kicks out to Johnson. She'll try a 3. Misses. No good. Rebound, Olivia Riggs. 10 seconds left. Riggs comes the other way. Over to Burleson. Burleson now to Campbell. She'll try a deep 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound, won by Katie Criswell. 5 seconds left. Criswell, 2, 1. And the pass and the shot by Morgan is not in time. So after 1 quarter of play, it's all Summertown so far. They lead this one 9-0. We'll have the start of the second quarter when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
This is the good life.
And back here at the nest after 1 quarter of play, the Lady Eagles of Summertown lead the Lady Cats of Lawrence County 9-0. So far, Adam, it's been 2 very good defenses, and all reality, just one side hitting shots and the other one not.
Yeah, Summertown's got to really be happy with this start. Lawrence County's struggling, but they're going to catch their stride, I'm sure.
As the ball is dribbled off Schaefer and kicked out to Burleson, then Burleson knocks it down. That's how we start the second quarter. Lady Eagles leading this one 12-0. Sophie Cole with it now, and she'll get it across the timeline. Cole now kicks out to Peyton Morgan. Morgan into the paint, runner up, and rattles home the first points of the game for the Lady Cats, cutting the lead to 12-10. Campbell with it across the timeline. Doesn't take the screen, now pulls up from the free throw line. Off the corner iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. It is won by J.C. Scott, and now we're going to get a foul call here against Abby Jo Schaefer. Schaefer will pick up her first, team's 5th. Now the Lady Cats will keep possession of the ball. Got some subs coming in. Sadie Grace Cole coming in for Harley Johnson. And Abby Jo Schaefer will check out, and Mia Dinwiddie will check in for Summertown. Press will be put on here by the Lady Eagles. Scott will take it out here to the right of the basket. Calls out the play and gets it into Emmy Clark. Now back out to Scott. Summertown will back off the press momentarily. Now over to Clark in the middle. Clark kicks out to Morgan. Now to Scott straight away. Scott drives. Left-handed layup. And we get a block call, and J.C. Scott will go to the line to shoot 2. And picking up the foul there.
Looks like that'll go on Braylee Burleson.
Braylee Burleson.
I tell you, that young lady right there had a great game at Richland. Really coming out of her shell. crazy, AJ, but Lawrence County's 0 for 5 from the free throw line. Make it 0 for 6.
Make it 0 for 6, but an offensive rebound there from Peyton Morgan. Gets another rebound and struggles with that one, but gets it out to Sophie Cole. Now J.C. Scott will keep it out here beyond the three-point line. Now drives into the paint. Runner up. Can't get that one to go. Gets her own rebound. Fights for that one. That one is up and in, and J.C. Scott finally gets on the board for the first time. Here it's a 12-4 Summertown lead. Campbell into the paint. Kicks out to Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now to Riggs. She'll try another three. Front iron no good. Rebound Peyton Morgan. Now here comes the fight with it. Braley Burleson, but Morgan's going to come up with it. We're going to jump ball, and that will go to Lawrence County. Katie Criswell now to check back into the game. And checking out will be J.C. Scott. Abby Jo Schaefer will come in for Mia Dimwitty. Press put on here. Emmy Clark takes it out of bounds. An 8-point Lady Eagle lead as Criswell gets it back to Clark. Now back to Criswell. Criswell here will come the other way with it, crossing the timeline. Man-to-man put on by the Lady Eagles. Here comes a screen from Peyton Morgan. She now dribbles to her left. Picks up her dribble, now out to Sophie Cole. Cole almost walks, but gets it out to Sadie Grace Cole. Now a skip pass over to Criswell. Criswell will drive to the low block, brings it back out. Now down low to Emmy Clark. Clark shot up, no good. She's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two. That foul will go against Olivia Riggs. It's going to be her first, team 7th. Now a pair of free throws coming up here for Emmy Clark. First shot on its way, and the first free throw made by the Lady Cats. Brazier will check in here for Olivia Riggs. Next free throw from Clark on its way. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound Burleson. Lady Cats now 1 of 8 from the line. Campbell now out to Brazier. Brazier now to Burleson. Burleson drives. Runner up. No good. Fight for the rebound won by Burleson, but stolen away by Sophie Cole. Now in the hands of Katie Criswell. Right-handed layup off the glass. No good. Rebound Brazier. Now a foul will be called here against Lawrence County.
And I know Lawrence County would love to have that missed layup back, AJ, but they're doing what they did to Summertown in the third quarter and starting to assert themselves on the boards. They're getting the loose balls. It looks like they're really out fighting Summertown, and they're slowly creeping back into this thing, only down 7 now.
Sophie Cole picks up her first foul, team 6th. 12-5 is the lead. Carly Campbell with it, now dribbles here to her right. Brings it back out beyond the three-point line, now to Burleson, over to Brazier. Brazier now hands over to Campbell. Campbell at the top of the key, drives to the free throw line, kicks out to Brazier. She'll try a three. Nothing but net. Brazier has got 6 points, all from beyond the arc. It's a 10-point Lady Eagle lead. Criswell brings it across the timeline for the Lady Cats. And then gets her pass tipped out of bounds, and that will stay with the Lady Cats. Taking it out of bounds is J.C. Scott in front of the Summertown student section. And gets it in to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole double team back out to Scott. Scott will dribble to the top of the key. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Now back out to Scott. Scott will bring out the Summertown logo over to Peyton Morgan. Morgan dribbles. Looking for somebody. Finds Emmy Clark. Now over to Criswell. Criswell now to Sadie Grace Cole in the corner. Skip pass over to Morgan. Now to Clark. To Criswell. Criswell back to Clark. Clark dribbles to the top of the key over to Sadie Grace Cole. Cole back to Clark. Clark dribbles. Throws it down low for Peyton Morgan. Morgan triple team. Trying to get it away. And now we're going to get a foul called here against Braley Burleson. That's going to be her second, team's 8th. And now a 1-and-1 coming up here for Peyton Morgan. Peyton Morgan here with the front end of the 1-and-1 on its way. Off the back iron, no good, but an offensive rebound coming up for Emmy Clark. Her shot up is no good. And that one's knocked into the hands of Sadie Grace Cole. Now to Scott. Scott now out to Criswell. Criswell picks up her dribble, gets it out to Cole. Skip pass ahead now to Scott at the other wing. Lawrence County 1 of 9 from the line here so far. Scott now into Criswell at the free throw line. Criswell, pull-up jumper. Knocks that one down, her first points of the game, and the Lady Cats have cut the lead to 15-7. Picked up now 4 second chance points off 6 offensive rebounds. Brazier has it now and tries to throw it to Abby Jo Schaefer, and it's too tall. Third turnover against the Lady Eagles. Dimwitty will now come in for Braylee Burleson. Katie Criswell has it now off the press. Halfway through the second quarter, an 8-point Lady Eagle lead. Scott now dribbles at the top of the key. Over to Emmy Clark at the wing. Clark tries to throw it down low to Criswell. Eventually gets there. She fights out traffic. Now that's Sadie Grace Cole for 3 from the wing. Off the corner iron, no good. Offensive rebound, Peyton Morgan. Morgan now back out to Criswell. That's now 7 offensive rebounds. They throw it back to Morgan. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Ainsley Burleson. Burleson now racing the other way. Now over to Carly Campbell to slow things down here for the Lady Eagles. Campbell has at the Summertown logo, 3:15 remaining in the half. Now to Burleson. Burleson drives the baseline. Shot up, no. We get a foul here against Sadie Grace Cole. So it was before the shot, but a 1-and-1 will be coming up for the Lady Eagles regardless. Got subs about to come in here for both sides, as Sophie Cole will come in for Peyton Morgan. Olivia Riggs check in for Abby Jo Schaefer. Lady Eagles 3 of 6 from the line so far. Front end of the 1-and-1, she hits it. Harley Johnson now to check in here for the Lady Cats, and Sadie Grace Cole will check out. Cole picked up her second foul. Next free throw from Burleson on its way. Off the corner iron, no good. Rebound, Sophie Cole. 16-7 is the Lady Eagle lead as Cole gets it out of the double team to Emmy Clark. She picks up her dribble, long pass over to J.C. Scott. Scott now to Cole. Cole now will try a deep 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Emily Brazier. Brazier will now bring it the other way, gets it across the timeline. Now to Burleson. She's open for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound, fought for and won by Sophie Cole after pinballs around. Cole dribbles out of the double team ahead to Criswell. Criswell now to an open Emmy Clark. She's in the paint. Pull-up jumper. Rattles out, no good. Rebound, Mia Dimwitty. Dimwitty now coming the other way across the timeline. Now to Carly Campbell. Campbell drives into the paint. Runner up. No, and an offensive foul called against Carly Campbell.
And in that situation, AJ, you had good position established. You just got to pull up and shoot that short jumper. That's a tough call there.
Fourth turnover against the Lady Eagles. 19th foul as Campbell picks up her first. Press put on by the Lady Eagles as Scott's looking for somebody and just throws it off of Brazier. Now Wendy Scott is letting her team know they're not playing to her standards. I think that's the nicest way I could put that.
Well,
as is Scott. Scott looking for somebody, eventually in the Sophie Cole. Cole will now race the other way. Her pass deflected into the hands of Brazier. 5th turnover against the Lady Cats as we bring it the other way. Brazier dribbles at the Summertown logo. And 2:15 remaining in the half. Now over to Burleson. Burleson tries to drive the baseline. Pulls up. Now inside the Mia Dimwitty. Kicks out to Burleson. She'll try a deep 3. Front iron, no good. And that is rebounded. A good effort there by Carly Campbell. Eventually throws it into the hands of Cole. Cole now gets it across the timeline over to Harley Johnson. And we're going to get a foul called here against Emily Brazier. That's going to be Brazier's second, team's 10th. Now a pair of free throws coming up for Harley Johnson. Lady Cats are 1 of 9 from the line so far here in the game. First free throw from Johnson on its way, and she hits it. Her first point of the game as Mackenzie Reynolds will come in for Emily Brazier. Peyton Morgan will come in for Sophie Cole. Comes the next free throw from Johnson, and she knocks down both. She's got 2 points, leads down to 7 at 16-9. Feels like a football game out here, Adam.
It does. I'll tell you though, so to be such a low-scoring affair, man, it's an entertaining game to watch.
It's tense. It's exciting. Yes. The defenses have been great. As speaking of, there's a turnover. Good steal there by Peyton Morgan. And now, what a fight for the ball here. Someone's got to come up with it. It'll be a jump ball as each side trades turnovers in the deal, and it will stay with Summertown.
I think both of these defenses are playing extremely hard, AJ, but I really am shocked to see the way both teams are kind of handling the ball against it. I would have thought we'd been a little bit better handling it for both sides.
Riggs with it now over to Mackenzie Reynolds. Reynolds dribbles at the top of the key, the free throw line, kicks the Riggs in the corner. Riggs now out to Reynolds. It's like a 5-out put on here by the Lady Eagles. Now to Dinwiddie. She'll try corner three. Misses. And it will go out of bounds off of Riggs. And will go to Lawrence County. 16-9 is the Summertown lead. Minute 19 left here in the first half. Clark has it to the right of the basket. Press put on here by the Lady Eagles. Clark looking for somebody. And eventually lobs it in to Harley Johnson. Johnson now to Criswell. Criswell now to Clark. Clark across the timeline. Pulls up in the paint. Now to Scott. She'll try a deep three. Nothing but net. J.C. Scott on the board with her first shot. Now we have a timeout here called by Jeremy Jean. Minute 7 left in the half. A 30-second timeout. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
And back here at the Nest, Jeremy Jean burns his first timeout of the game, a 30-second timeout. Summertown leads Lawrence County 16-12 here with 1:07 remaining in the opening half. No press here by the Lady Cats as the inbound will come into Carly Campbell. Campbell now will walk it across the timeline for the Lady Eagles. Minute left now. Now to Riggs at the wing. Riggs dribbles and skip pass over to Mia Dinwiddie at the other wing and tries to hand it to Carly Campbell and does. Now to Riggs. Riggs will step back for three. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound, J.C. Scott. Scott being double teamed. Picks up her dribble now to Clark. Clark ahead to Criswell. Criswell gets out of trouble. Comes across the timeline. Now to Harley Johnson. Open in the corner for three. Knocks it down. Johnson with her first field goal. She's got 5 points. It's a 1-point Summertown lead. Campbell across the timeline. 25 seconds left in the half. Campbell at the top of the key. Spins to the free throw line, and her pass is kicked away by J.C. Scott and will stay with the Eagles with 21 seconds left.
And A.J., Lawrence County seems to be heating up a little bit, and Summertown went pretty much chilly cold from the three-point line. Can't get anything to fall over the last few minutes.
Summertown has hit 4 3-pointers, but hasn't hit a 2-point shot so far in the game. Inbound comes in the Riggs with 20 seconds left. Riggs now over to Reynolds, and Reynolds will be fouled by J.C. Scott. Just a bit too aggressive trying to come up with the steals. J.C. will pick up her second, team's 8th. Now Reynolds will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Lady Eagles 4 of 8 from the line so far in the first half. Lawrence County has struggled from the line at 3 for 11. First shot from Reynolds on its way, and that's no good. Rebound, Katie Criswell. Coming up on 10 seconds left, Criswell across the timeline, now over to Scott. Scott now to Criswell straight away, 5 seconds left. Criswell more than likely to take the shot, now dribbles, now over to Morgan. Morgan back to Criswell, 3-pointer at the buzzer. Front iron, no good, and that will end the first half. Summertown leads it by the slimmest of margins at 16-5. After 16 minutes of play, we'll take a short break, and we'll have the start of the second half when we return here on the X Sports Network.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through Southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Introducing Cloud9 Fiber to Lawrenceburg. We take great pride in being the only locally owned and operated internet company within Lawrenceburg and Lawrence County. We're now offering up to gigabit services with plans starting at $50 per month. Surf the internet with blazing fast speeds and reliability, all while keeping your investment within Lawrence County. For more information, visit cloud9fiber.com to request for us to build your area next.
I'm Mike Keith. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the auto owner's policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretto, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including